Hey friends, today I have for you a studio vloggy kind of art haul video. This is the first kind of video I'm making like this, sitting out here with the sun on my face because, you know, trying new things and wondering if, new things are always great to do and we should never get stuck to doing anything that's in your formula or something that works because you don't grow, right? So I have been so busy preparing for my online Zoom class that begins tomorrow. I won't go into detail about that because when you watch this, the course has probably already started. But what has been going on with me is, I think to combat the stress and the anxiety of creating this course, I've been on this amazing creative rampage of wanting to try new things, new supplies, new sketchbooks and all the new things. So I've actually made 3 trips to the art store in the last 3 weeks. That's once a week, and the art store is like an hour away from me to just buy a whole bunch of new things, to try new things. So this video will be showing you all the stuff that I have gotten and the little things that I've already started doing with them, and I hope it inspires you to try new things as well. So let's dive right into the video. Just walking to my studio from my house, and my doggie is just loving a good stretch. She loves a good stretch. It's a beautiful winter's day. As you see, there are still no leaves on my tree, but it feels like spring. It's warm. Well, at least in the daytime it feels like spring. It's definitely still freezing cold. So this is my studio. Totally didn't clean up for this video at all. So my doggie is there. And maybe I thought I'll give you a tiny bit of tour before we go into the art haul thing. So over here you may see this on my Instagram posts is where I work. Got my computer desk, I've got my painting desk, I've got 2 swivel chairs. I don't know why I need 2, but you know. And these gorgeous, large cathedral windows that look out to the mountains. And I have my blinds down now because sometimes it just gets too bright for me to do any work. And I definitely have intentions of putting curtains instead, so I can get those, you know, curtains where, what are they called? Yeah, those double curtains, sheer curtains, that's right. I won't give you a huge tour today, but just a little glimpse. That's my notes for the online course that starts tomorrow. I've got some paintings on the wall here, which I just pasted because I did one video where I sat down on this couch and I thought it'd be nice to have some paintings behind. Yeah, I think that video is about mindsets. It's kind of a mindset video. Here are my yoga bolsters and blankets. I used to teach yoga here in the studio, but now I teach it in the town, but I still have all these props. This is little Darth Vader that we left when we painted the walls. My son painted that, and I thought we'd just leave it because it's super cute. Little mirror. And then on this side, it's a big mess right now because my husband's actually making some wine. So he's got all this wine stuff. And he needs to move it away before my open studios in a couple of months. I've got a fridge there, and I've got a nice glass table which is full of crap, and my easel which is randomly. Alright, and then okay, this is not meant to be the tour, but I thought since we're doing the first studio vloggy type video, that would be fun. Alright, let's get into the art haul. Alright, this is just a glimpse of the art stuff that I have gotten over the last few weeks. 3 times to the art store, and not only that, I've also been gifted some, but let me go through each and every one and show you some stuff that I've already created from them. So the first one, the story of this Scribble sticks, and then this one which is actually a neon paint set called Brighter Than Bright by Art by Marlene. So my husband wanted to buy some stuff from a craft shop online, and his thing was only 10 bucks. And he said to me, do you want anything? Because if you order over $75, it's free shipping, right? You know, that's how they get you. And so yeah, I went online and I saw these Scribble sticks. I googled them, and a lot of them were comparing them to the Carandache Neocolour. So I thought I would try. 12 colors here. Sorry, this doesn't belong. 12 colors, but they were quite expensive. I think this was like 40 Australian dollars or 30 plus. So it's actually quite a pricey set. And yeah, so I got this, which is basically like crayons but water soluble. I wanted to give that a try. And then I also got this one from the online craft store, which is a neon set. And this one was interesting because although I have the pink and I have this one, I don't really have a neon purple, green, or blue, or even yellow at this point. So I decided to give this a go. It wasn't that cheap as well. And I actually tested it, and I do like the color, and I made a couple of crazy stuff from it as well, which I'll show you. So the first one I want to show you is my first testing of these Scribble sticks, and this is what I did. As you can see, it's very underwhelming. It feels unfinished. It feels like, I don't know, like a 10-year-old or 5-year-old did it. I really don't know what I was doing. Probably was just experimenting, putting the color down, looking at how it spreads, and I was like a bit disappointed because when I used them, they felt more like colored pencils than crayons. Like it wasn't as creamy as I thought it would be. In fact, it was a little bit like color pencils. So felt more like watercolor pencils than crayons. So those were the Scribble sticks. But later I'll show you something else that I did with this again. And then for this neon set, so let me just open it up for you here so you can have a look. Did a couple of things with it. So the first one is I just did some swatching, and it looks quite washed out, right? Like you wouldn't think that it's intense at all. But then I kind of like put more pigment on, and this was what I could create from it, which makes a very nice base for some mixed media art. So I think the whole mixed media thing came about when, you know, I had to get these two supplies just to make up $75, and I just started playing. So this was from the neon set. All right, so these things as well. All right, what else I want to show you? Okay, after this two arrived, I found this YouTuber called Louise Stigl, and she has such a gorgeous channel where she draws watercolor birds as well as charcoal. So I watched a couple of her charcoal videos, and then I was hooked. Totally hooked. I wanted to try charcoal. So I went out to the shops without doing much research to get a couple of charcoal pencils. So these were the first two that I got. Conte Apari charcoal pencils, and they're not too expensive. I think they're like $3 or $5 each. Yeah, so I got these, and I got a couple of blender stubs, and I wasn't even sure what else to get, so I got this compressed charcoal bit as well, and then maybe a kneaded eraser. And then after that I went home, and then I watched more of her videos, and I realized, oops, I really need to get more. So I needed something. So wait, let me show you what I created with this first. All right, so just playing around, literally just playing around. I tried a bird, and me and my son tried this little wolf, furry fox, and then I did another bird here. And I really like this whole black and white thing, which I think it's a complete contrast to watercolor, because obviously watercolor, and especially the kind that I paint, is super bright. There's something about charcoal which really reduces everything down to value scale. Dark, shadow and light, which I think is something that I have such a long way to learn still, and it's what I am desiring to try and learn. So I realized that for the background here, I learned that I can't just use the pencils or even the compressed charcoal. I needed something they call willow charcoal, which is this. And what it is, I realized why it's called willow is because when you look at it, it literally just feels like a willow bark. Like it's an actual piece of stick that's been charcoal. So this will help create sort of like more, well, maybe not, yeah, sort of like the background effect. Rather than the pencil, you can cover huge areas like this. And then you can blend it with your hands. And charcoal is a bit messy, but I think that's the whole point of it. And yeah. And how is charcoal different from pencil? Well, according to Louise, pencil is graphite, and graphite is, no matter how much you mark it down, it will turn more silver. Whereas charcoal, you will get the blackest of black because it's charcoal, right? And I love that. I love that about charcoal. So I also went to get this thing called the pen pastel, which is also something she recommended. And she uses it for like the background, and it comes with a little holder thing, and it kind of, it's a bit like that. And I just literally got this yesterday, okay? And my kids have been playing with it, making a huge mess at home. And yeah, so this is something my kid did. Oh yes, one more thing about the charcoal, in the whole charcoal arena that I got, which is so interesting, is this stick eraser. So it's an eraser that will help you create the light values in your pencil or charcoal drawing. And guess what? It's battery operated. Yep, nice vibration. And yep, look at how it works. You just kind of like, oh, I hope my son doesn't get angry when I do this. And it creates the light value. It's like erasing. How fun is that? How fun. And I actually bought a charcoal and ink course on Domestika, which I will get into once I finish with my online course, and I just can't wait. So those are my charcoal stuff that I got. I needed to go and try this Carandache Neocolour too. I've been seeing Emma Lefebvre use them and a couple of other mixed media artists using them. And you know, remember I was telling you how the media sticks, I was a bit disappointed that it felt more like coloured pencils. I wanted something that feel more like crayons that's also water soluble. So I went to the art store and I got 12 colors and that I chose myself because I didn't want to get the set, because when I looked at the set there was just some colors I know I'm like I won't use as much. So I got this set of 12, and so I got this set of 12, and yes, let me show you what I have tried doing with it. Okay, so this is something that I have tried yesterday. I watched a video of, I think, Lindsay, the frugal crafter, and she painted a very similar type peony. Hers was bigger and more detailed, of course, but I kind of like used her idea of just putting down all the colors and then blending it with water and then putting it down again. And I must say, it's quite fun. And you know, it's like a different effect from watercolor, because watercolor is, you don't have those streaks of pencils, kind of scratchy, crayony type effect. So I am really excited to try more of this. I bought a mixed media floral course on Domestika as well, and they required some crayons. That's why I kind of got them. But yeah, I really wanted to try them. I also started coloring in one of these sketches that I made my holiday. This is me sitting on the grass and the river with my son's feet, my phone and my sketchbook. So I was just literally sketching me sketching. And I kind of like how the effects of the watercolor. Obviously I haven't done much shadow or value scale or anything yet, but it's kind of cool. I didn't finish it, but I just thought I'll try. This is my son having a go at the Neocolour too, but he's not finished it yet. And that's my son having a go at the the charcoal with the eraser, the pen erasers. This is me trying out charcoal, magpie. And this is me also just giving sketching a go. I was looking up a reference on Pinterest and yeah, I enjoyed sketching, really enjoyed. That's my son. This is a flower I did. Kind of cool. Just a good practice, you know. Something I did yesterday while having lunch at my kitchen table. Kitchen island, and I just painted all the things, sorry, not painted, drew all the things I saw, and I'm feeling the urge to sketch. Like, this is crazy. I never sketch. I never been drawn to sketching, but somehow or another in this part of my journey, I am curious and I want to learn, and yep, little sketch. This is a sketchbook I got from the local art store. It's one of the cheaper ones, only $6.95. 110 GSM cartridge paper, so it's the kind of paper that you can just really not be afraid and mess around and play. Oh, yeah, this is also actually interesting mixed media. I have been watching another mixed media artist on YouTube, and her name is... yeah, her name is Sandy Hester. I will link her channel in the description below. And she is a wonderful mixed media sketchbook artist, and oh my god. I binge watched her video over the last couple of days, and one thing she does is she uses markers to lay down the background of a lot of her sketches. So you won't believe what markers I use for this. Hang on. The markers that was used for this is, you won't believe it, Crayola Supertips. Okay, I've had these, I think, at home for about 4 years now. Someone gave it to my children as a gift. And the cool thing about these markers, actually, when I was dabbling and experimenting with brush lettering, is actually a recommended marker for brush lettering because there is a tip, so you can sort of practice the thin stroke up, fat stroke down sort of thing. So anyway, I use this to just block out the background of these two little landscapes that I was practicing. And then I went over with the Neocolour and then with water. And of course, these are not masterpieces by any standards, but I just had fun, and you know, I could layer on more stuff after this, and I think I would, you know, find ways to experiment and play a little bit more. Alright, these two sketchbooks I also got from the art shop yesterday, and they are really quite a splurge, alright? I think they're like $37.50 each. Australian dollars. Ouch. I've never tried them before, but I've always heard about them. Stillman and Burn. Archival quality, and if I look at it, it's not even 100% cotton. But I just wanted to try what they are like, and I know they really open flat really nicely, the way it's bound. And so what I've done just literally about an hour ago was I'm testing the same painting on both sketchbooks. And oh yes, sorry, why they're different. So they have many different series, and this is the Gamma series, which is only 150 GSM, and it is cream. Okay, so it's cold press, meaning it's like medium grain. In fact, they were all shrink wrapped, so I couldn't look at the grain. And now that I've opened it, it's not even that rough. It's actually just enough of a tooth, which is kind of cool. And then this one is a Zeta range, which is 270 GSM, less pages of course, and white and smooth, so almost like the complete opposite, which is bizarre because you would think that I would pick the grainy for a thicker paper for watercolor, right? But anyway, there were just so many choices, I didn't know what to do, and I thought I'll just give these two a go. So I have painted the same painting on both, and I'm going to use these as my mixed media sketchbooks. That's why I thought 100% cotton is not a big deal, not a big you know, not a big deal if I don't get 100% cotton, because I do actually want all these accidental blooms and stuff, because I think for mixed media, it kind of adds a little bit of a fun, unique touch to it. So yeah, these Stillman and Burn notebooks. Okay, what else? Yes, this has been in the shot for a while now, and it's my Kristy Rice Art for Joy's 6 watercolor palette and brushes. Now these were a gift from Kristy herself, so I'm so grateful I didn't have to pay for them, and I simply adore them. All right, I have painted them a few times. The latest one was this one yesterday, and it was my first time using a huge dagger brush like this, and I thought I would struggle with it, but I don't know, for some reason, maybe because I've just watched so many of her videos, it felt all right, making these big passion fruit petals with this big fat brush. And let me grab another painting that I did. By the way, I have done a full swatching and unboxing video of this palette, and I'll link it here if you want to watch it after this video. And I also have a video where I paint this based on her palette, and by the time this video comes out, it should be out already. And yeah, that's on my channel. So yeah, look at this. It's so different from the other paintings that I have, that I use, you know, like I don't really use this kind of pink a lot, and I just lay it on color after color, and I just love the energy of this, you know, it's like super bright, super happy, a bit neon, and yeah, fantastic, fantastic play. New brushes, new paint, it's crazy down here. All right, finally, in this art haul, I did buy some staples that I am familiar with and I use often, and those are these two blocks, Saunders, Waterford blocks of paper. I got two sizes, the 12 by 9, 14 by 10, and they are like half the price of Arches in my local store, and I find they're just as good, if not even better. And then I got these two brushes, my Princeton Heritage, and I actually got one more. Hang on, I got a Velvet Touch. All right, so I was suddenly in this weird space when I thought, oh my god, I think I need to stock up on my flat square brushes. So in case, you know, I don't know, they get lost or mangled or something, my dog would eat them. So I got a 1/2 inch Velvet Touch. Oh, hang on, this is the Velvet Touch, yes. I got a 1/2 inch Velvet Touch Princeton. This is the first time I'm trying Velvet Touch, and I really love it. It's actually so bouncy, so springy, it holds a lot of water. And this one is a 3/4 inch Princeton Heritage with transparent handle, which I thought was quite fancy, because I already have a 3/4 inch, but this is the regular red handle. But also look at the length of the bristles, they are really different. And for some reason, I actually feeling that the short square one is something I'm a bit more comfortable with, and the longer one, I don't know, they're just slightly different, yeah? So those are the staples that I bought. And yeah, all right, I thought I'll share with you a couple of mixed media pieces that I worked on in the last couple of weeks. Well, they're just kind of experimental and play, and I will put these in my sketchbook, or rather I will start doing these in my sketchbook. But this one here was just a really fun abstract graphic one that I used a couple of the neon colors that I bought, and I had these Posca markers that I used to make the little dots. And yeah, so this is just mainly watercolor and Posca markers. This one here, I used a bit of my liquid watercolor, you know, the Dr. P.H. Martin stuff, and I really love the bleeds, and then I decided to layer on some details. And for the yellow things, the yellow bits here are actually gouache. Just thick yellow gouache, which is an opaque water medium. And this is actually ink with a dip pen, which I will show you one day, and I thought that was kind of cool. And I posted this on my Instagram and lots of people love it, and I love it too. And I also use a bit of gold Posca markers here because I thought a bit of gold is always fun. And then I went on to do this one, which is similar in the sense that I used watercolor, liquid watercolor as the first layer, and then I just went on it with, you know, same yellow gouache, ink, and light blue and white gouache. Yeah, so just having fun there. And then this is the kind of the latest one that I have just finished, and really, sometimes I realize I put mixed media stuff on it when I'm not happy with the base layer, and I know I can just have fun. So this one I used the Neocolour, Carandache Neocolour 2, which is a water-soluble crayon sticks. And then the white dots was Posca pen marker. And this bit here is a little bit, sorry about the autofocus, here is a little bit of the Neocolour that I just put on and then blended it out. So yeah, just a couple of fun mixed media stuff I've been doing lately. And that was it. That is my little art haul studio vlog video. I hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything in the list that I show you that you want to know more about. Maybe I can make a separate review video on them. Or maybe you've tried them before and you want to share with me how you went with it. Or just let me know if there's any products that you feel I should definitely have a go. That's a bit dangerous, but I invite you to let me know what you think. Otherwise, thanks for watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.